Have you ever heard of one chance? If you're an African, Nigeria to be precise, you must have heard of one chance. So in December 2017, that was my first experience with one chance. And I just feel like sharing this story because this was exactly the period that incident happened. And also because I think somebody out there probably needs to hear this just so you stay informed, stay aware and alert. Very important. December 2017, on that fateful day, I had left my house. I was going to somewhere, so I walked over to where I was supposed to get a taxi. I didn't flag this very taxi down. The taxi just stopped for me, and told me it was going to my destination. I remember it was a green colored taxi. So I hopped in. I was sitting beside one chubby woman, like middle aged, and then the driver in front with one young lady that looked somehow local, like looked like someone from the village. Her dressing was so different, like there was something odd about her. She was sitting in the front. Now as we were going, the driver started having a conversation with her in the front, and before you know it, it was as if they were arguing. The driver involved like started telling the woman and I, like people that were behind. So he started narrating to us that he found out that the lady in front had something like a very big Ghana must go in his trunk. That he had just noticed that there is a huge amount of money in that bag. He was like, he feels this lady has stolen this money from somewhere and she's running, and she, and all of that. He wants to tell the police, so they can get her arrested and all that. And then the lady started crying, oh, please don't involve the police. I didn't really steal the money. I live with one allergy in Sokoto. There is serious problem over there. So everybody was running. People were making away with his stuffs. That this allergy does not put money in the bank. He secures his money at home with some diabolic like jars, like charm. So that you can only carry the bag of money, but you can actually put your hand, like dip your hand in the bag and take out money. That if you try it, there is a very strong force that will lift you up and smack you down. So that she's actually looking for a way to access the money. That she assure us that if we can help her out without taking her to the police, that she's going to share the money like equally. So when this started going on, like this whole story, I told the woman behind, not knowing that the woman was actually one of them. Can you imagine that? I whispered to her, I told her, be careful, about one chance. Are you sure these guys are not one chance people? Are you sure these people are not bad? Not knowing that she was an accomplice. She was their partner in crime. Can you imagine that? So she was like, oh no, don't worry, that none of that. That she's a smart woman now, that she can't fall for that kind of a thing. I said, okay. So eventually, she was the one who came up with the idea that, first of all, I even thought we were together. Like, I didn't know she was among them. So I felt more comfortable when she said, okay, she knows a prophetess, somebody who can pray and break the charm so we can have access to the money. So I got interested. I didn't even see this money. I just assumed the money was in the trunk. So I was like, okay, fine, let's go there. In my mind, one chance people would always, say bring money to buy something or bring money to get money and all that. And I told myself, I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. I'm not hypnotized. I'm not under any sort of influence. So at any point, this guy start asking me for money, I'm going to walk away. So I know what I'm doing. So let's go there. Just who knows? A part of me was like, who knows? What of if this is how God wants to bless you, bless your family? Like, it's possible. This could be real. Mona, this was in 2017. Naive me. Now, I'm not going to lie that I've not heard of one chance before then. I have been hearing of one chance. Yes, I still felt like, oh, one chance. I'm in control. I'm not under influence. They can't get me. Let's just see what goes. Like, let's see how these things play out. Who knows? This is real. So I followed these people. We drove all the way. I left where I was supposed to be going to. We drove all the way to a certain village in Ungogbala, in Owerri, in Imo State. I don't know the place, but it was in Ungogbala. At some point, you guys, I got conflicted in my spirit. I was thinking, should I continue? Should I not? I told them I wanted to ease myself in the bush. As I was stepping out, I took my handbag. The lady was like, oh, I should drop my handbag now. I said, no, I'm going with my handbag. And then I stepped out of the car just to, talk within myself. Should I continue? I looked front, I looked back. Like, God, look at where you are. I don't even know where I was, but I know I'd come far. I'm like, when are you sure you don't want to go back? Are you sure these people are not bad people? They're not one-chance people. They're not ritualists and all that. I said, nah, I know what I'm doing. Let me just proceed. And then I got back into the car because they were waiting for me. We entered and off we left. We got to a particular place, one compound, gated. And then the lady, we knocked at the gate, somebody opened the door. The lady was like, oh, she's looking for one mother, one prophetess. Is this where she stays? They're like, oh, yeah, come in. This is where she stays. And we walked in. You guys, there were this set of guys that were cutting the grass by the side. Now, from the gate to the house, the main building was a little bit of a, few feet away. So I had to walk. We got into the house. And then one old man came out from nowhere and said the prophetess is not around or wasn't around, so that she's going to attend to us. And this man came out looking like a native doctor, and that was it. Started talking. Okay, that here they don't tell lies. You have to be honest, say whatever they ask you. Don't tell lies, because if you tell lies, something bad's going to happen to you. So they asked us how much we all had in our account. I came up with my truth, honestly, because I felt like, okay, it's just the truth. A part of me felt like I still know what I'm doing, as long as they don't ask me to bring out money. Once they ask me to bring out money, I'm not going to be doing that. I'll be walking away. But you know what these people do? They don't just go straight and say, bring money. They first of all they instill fear in you, first of all, and then they get you to say your truth, say everything about you, tell them how much you have. They've gotten you. You've told them. If you have a lot of money, now they know. All right? So, I told them how much I had, and at that time, I didn't have anything reasonable. It was a poor rat. So, at some point, they said, okay, that we need to swear. The old man brought out something looking scary, one black stone kind of, that we should all place our hands. We need to have a covenant together. At that juncture, I told them, I'm not doing this. Because in my mind, I'm like, okay, what if this is how, or the point where they take over me, my senses, hypnotize me, I'm not able to know what I'm doing again. I told them I'm not going to do that. If this is part of trying to break the whole charm for the money, I'm no more interested. I'm not going to do that. Everybody was angry with me. Before I could say Jack, they were all leaving. I decided to also follow them. And the old man was like, no, I shouldn't follow them. That he has a message for me. The message is very important. It's for my family. It's like life and death kind of thing. I need to hear it, and it's for my ears alone. I should let them go. My head reset, let them go. And I stay here to hear what message. God forbid. At that point, my eyes opened. I said, God, me stay back. I said, God forbid. I'm not interested. I didn't even answer. I just took my bag immediately and walked out of the place. Others are walking out of the place. You want me to stay back with you to hear what stupid message? You guys, before I even came out of the house, this is happening within seconds. I could not set my eyes on the people I came in with. I could not see anybody. I just started walking to the gate. At that point, fear gripped me. I started thinking to myself, what if these people decide to hold me here, keep me here, do anything to me? They could deal with me, they could buy me, they could destroy my life. Nobody knows where I was, right? At that point, I started praying to God. I said, Holy Spirit, I am sorry for not listening. I'm sorry for not, listening to voice of wisdom. You can still save me. You are my last resort. Don't forsake me. Please, as I'm walking to this gate, Lord, let nothing stop me from leaving this vicinity. I know that I've walked into the trap of devil. Please save me, and I will never forsake this day. Do not turn your back on me. Oh God, I was praying. I was muttering these words and walking to the gates. I got to where those guys who were cutting grass were. I just greeted them with a cool, Dimiano. I didn't want to give off vibe of something is wrong or I'm scared or anything. I just said, well done. And then they opened the gate for me. I came out. The car that we came in with, I didn't see the car. I didn't see any of those people, the driver, the lady, the fat woman. I didn't see anybody. I was just all alone. I said, God, I didn't even know where I was. At that point, I just knelt down and I praised God. I said, God, thank you. I just walked out. It's like, a village. I saw a motorbike passing. I stopped them. I asked them, where is this place that I just go here? I explained to them. They're like, I should go and give thanksgiving to God. Why am I sharing this story? Just so you know, there's people, they come up with different strategy to defraud people. Just so you know, they're still there. As much as this has been going on for years, doesn't mean they've stopped. They keep coming up with different gimmicks, different ways to, So just so you know, be alert. Stay aware, stay informed. Be careful, know the kind of vehicle you're getting into. Do not get yourself in any unnecessary conversation in a strange public transport, public whatever, car or public taxi. Just so you know, these guys are still very much operating. Don't think because, they've been there over the years, maybe they've stopped. No, they keep deploying different styles, gimmicks, different strategies just to get people, lure people into their web and defraud them. They're still very much active. Just so you know, be aware, be careful. Do not involve yourself in any conversation when you're in a public transport. Whether it's just gist, casual jokes, not necessary. Keep your mouth shut. Just be observant. Focus on getting to your destination and drop from that place and off you go. These guys, they are doing a lot of terrible things to people. I was saved by God. Just imagine, fine, they didn't get money from me. What if they had changed their mind, decided to just use me to satisfy themselves, use me to do anything? What would I have said? What would I have told my God? He could have done anything to me. How we came me bound. So honestly, don't feel like they're normal. Be careful. Be watchful. Look at the plate numbers of vehicles before you get into any vehicle. Look at the plate number. Look very well at the plate number. If there is something off you feel is going on, tell the taxi or the driver you want to get down. Yes. Listen, that wasn't even my last experience. After then, I had another episode of it, but I didn't let it go this far. Once the one who dropped in front started talking about different currency, I just opened the car door and I flew out, and the one in front that was supposed to be dropping went back in and they sped off. They know that this one knows what they are doing. So just so you know, they are always out there looking for who to fall, their victim. Be careful.